Alright, did I finally figure out my issues here? Yes, okay, there we go. Welcome to Office Hours here with Jay. I am on a little late today. I've had a little bit of technical difficulties this morning, and I really don't even know why. Everything was correct, and I just retried it and it worked. So I guess that's how stuff goes sometimes. But I'm also running a little behind, but that's fine. It happens. If you're here with me, thanks for joining. We're going to be working a little bit on Python Ironic Client this morning. So well, that's no good. That video died locally as well. So I'm just looking at a blank screen here. I don't really know what's going on. There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, things are just not cooperating with me too well this morning. So what we're going to be working on today is client support for sharding. I didn't quite get all the pre-work done for the deeper Bifrost test, so I punted on that. But let's look at what I've got done right now already. I don't think I've committed any of this. Yeah. Well, so what I've done is I've edited the, got some basic tests in, I've got shards, and now I'm working on Node, where I need to add support for filtering by shard and support for creating shards. So let's do a list here. Let's say sharding client. We have v1 shards is done. We have node create, which is to do. We have node querying by shards, which is not done yet. We have port querying by shards. It's not there yet. So those are the four things we have to do. Like I said, I already did support for v1 shards. You can see here. Well, you can see I'm not really doing a good job looking at this yet. So we've got shard. We've got a shard manager, which has a shard as the resource class. The resource is shards. And we just get some shards. This is a pretty easy one because it's not paginated. There's nothing crazy going on. So and I've got some tests here. Honestly, don't even know if I've run the tests. Let's do that. I don't know what the tox looks like here. Let's see. Like I said, I haven't tested my current yet. We'll see if they go. Oh, I guess y'all can't see that output too well. Let's try. Let's do that. How does that look? That look a little better? At least y'all can see the output now. I'll leave it there for now. Actually, let's go top corner. Maybe I need to put some transparency on that long term. Okay, so we got tests passing. Let me make sure it included my sharding tests. Oh, is that because it's a functional test? Is that why? Oh, yeah, the test I wrote is that. So let's try functional pi 37. So this is actually a pretty neat thing to plug. The Armada project, which G Research works on, is starting to pick up a little bit of steam. We've got multiple interested parties working on upstream. It's really exciting to see that. It's a piece of software, has a lot of potential, and I'm really interested to see what other folks with different use cases do when they get a hold of it. It's good stuff. It's CNCF project. Go check it out at armadaproject.io. But let's make sure my test ran now here, that I have it there. Need test bare metal shard. That's still unit test. Did I not run the correct environment? It's functional Pi 3. There we go. That should run the correct tests. The discoverability of like testing environments definitely leaves a lot to be desired, which is kind of sad to me. Okay. That is more what I expected here. I would have been surprised if it just passed. Oh, no test config. Oh, this is going to actually run against a running ironic. So I don't even need to mess with that for now. That I will just let that test in. I'm just going to let that test in the gate, because I'm not going to set that up. Let's write some unit tests for the shards endpoint stuff though. I don't know if I'll need that necessarily. I definitely will not have paginated answers. Definitely am not supporting sorting, so let's just get rid of those. I'll leave that up there for now. This is going to be the shard manager test. Shard manager test. Shard manager. Utils.fake API, fake responses. Okay. This makes sense. Shards. So we'll say this is a get or return. What does this look like? It's like a list of dictionaries containing name. Really, I should only need one test here. Not that much crazy stuff going on. Take away the shadowing. Now let's see if I blew up these tests or not. I suspect it's very possible that I did. If I did, it's fine. We'll fix it. Exit 1. List indices must be integers or slices. Not string. I don't know what's going on. But it definitely blows up. So let's try, let me set up the environment here to run some tests. Okay. So I should have all my requirements for testing installed now. Now we're going to look at the tox.ini. Whoops. Now we're going to look at the tox.ini and we're going to see what it runs to run the tests. So now I've got to set myself up a run environment for this. Edit configuration. New configuration. Wait, delete. They have more Python options than they had last time. Let's try this. Auto detect. Okay. Well, it blew up in the same way. That's a good sign. Let's try it again with the debug. And it stops. Oh, that's good. That auto detect. It's the first time I've ever had it just like push button and test work in OpenStack. That's exciting. All right. Let's step into that. Path is nothing. Headers are unset. Data is self.dunder list. No headers. It's none, so we set it to global request ID. API JSON request. Request. Now let's step back out of that. Let's step over that. That is me returning the wrong thing in this test. That's exactly what that is. I need to go look at, let's see, ironic API ref. Look at my own documentation that I wrote, because why do we write them down? Because I am forgetful and I need to look at them if I want to know the things. So shards is a key that contains a list. That makes more sense. Alright, does that make things happy? No. You know what? Maybe it did need that. Hey! That's a great big fat okay. That's what I wanted. Let's run it in the environment I actually care about. Make sure it passes in tox. Alright, good stuff. We've got some working tests. Now, let's kick on to what's next here. Oh, hey. Okay. I think node create's next. I think node create's going to be the easier bit to do here. So let's look and see. Associated minus blah, 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 blah. Chassis fault. OS API version. Oh, I'm going to need to do two things. I'm going to need to do shard and sharded. So we're going to say shard equals none. We're going to be say sharded. Actually, sharded should go first. It's fine because that puts this on the next line, which will look better anyway. So sharded and shards. Trying to see how it handles fields. Common filters. Yeah, okay, so it's doing a join there too. So I think this is correct for me to assume that shards is going to come in here as a list. All right. The shard is not none. Shards are not none. And I basically have to do the same thing here. A port considered to be in the shard that its associated node set in node.shard. Okay. That's hooked up. So now I'm going to see if I broke any tests. If they're written to always use keyword arguments, I shouldn't have. But I always like this as a sanity check before I start writing tests of my own to make sure that the code I wrote didn't break previous tests. I mean, I have no idea if that's a best practice or any type of crap like that. I just, I know it helps in what I do. Just that I know the state of things when I come in and out. So, okay. We've got that written. Let's give it a test, shall we? Let's see. Let's go up here. Oh, I didn't do create yet. Let's make a note of this. Let's say implemented unit test written and passing, functional test written. We're going to copy this for both of these. This way I have a little checklist. It keeps me from having to think about. The executive function, like what to do next, like really can be a barrier to me. So I just try to make lists and things like that, and it helps me get through it a little faster. I used to do that for everything I do. I've kind of slacked on that. I need to probably re-implement that because it really does help me get things done faster. Okay, let's implement node create. Maybe new instead of create? No? Oh, did I just have to add it to this? So creation attributes are required. That certainly is not the behavior I want. Well, lost my buttons here. I thought that was how you went back. Well, darn. Can I get my toolbar back? I think this is right. I think that's done. Okay, so now let's go unit test node. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Not gonna lie, I hate these tests. I don't understand why they're valuable. It just looks like a bunch of copy and paste 1,000 times, which, like, I know has some value, but I struggle sometimes to see unit tests as anything but insurance against things breaking in the future. And when it's like there's 4 people who might be touching this code ever, that just doesn't feel good. You know what? There's no one tuned in right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and drop off a little bit early today. I need to keep working on this, but I need to get up and stretch my legs. I'm sort of slowing down here. I do want to say a thank you as usual to G Research Open Source Software. My employer lets me do these things, show you a little bit of the insight into what it is. You've seen us get a little bit further on implementing shards in the client. Hopefully I'll finish up those unit tests today or tomorrow and get a patch up, and then we'll see. And I'll talk to you Thursday. But for now, that's been my office hours.